Hello Dumaguete, hello Negros Oriental, and hello Sillimanians around the world. On behalf of Ronelyn page Vailoces-No, this is Joshua Soldivillo, and you're watching #Silliman. This is a magazine show that talks about different aspects of Silliman University, a program initiated to discuss different matters concerning the campus by the sea. You're watching #Silliman. Maayong gabi sa tanan, Sillimanians and friends of Silliman around the world. Daghang salamat for joining another episode of #Silliman. Thank you very much for making us as your Monday night company. Friends, time flies so fast, and as we have said, this stage right now in the university, we are in the so-called liminal stage. 1 foot from the previous school year and 1 foot to the next school year. So it's about endings and beginnings. As they say, in every end, there's always, in every beginning, there's always an end. But every end ushers a new beginning. And speaking of which, we're about to open a new academic year, and that just also going to show that we are about to celebrate another Founders Day celebration. And we are so thrilled because we have invited friends, the brains of the Founders Day committee. And allow me to introduce our guests for tonight. Of course, they are the co-chairpersons of this committee. Allow me to introduce first the Dean of the College of Performing and Visual Arts. We have Dr. Elizabeth Susan Vista-Suarez. Ma'am Sue, welcome to #Silliman. It's great to have you back again.
Thank you. Good evening.
And of course, we have the dashing Vice President for Academic Affairs. We have Dr. Earl Jude Paul Cleope. Good evening, sir. Welcome back to #Silliman.
Good evening, Josh.
Or
Thank you for having us.
Yes, of course. We are so pleased to have the both of you, sirs, sir and ma'am, especially that this is, I think, one of the most exciting parts of the academic calendar for Silliman, the Founders Day celebration. And I think it's the best, you are the best people to unpack to us the details of the preparation. So let us begin with the significance of the 122nd Founders Day's anniversary of Silliman University, because last year I would say that it is a revenge celebration because we had the pandemic, and after that hiatus we get to celebrate again. But how about this year? What makes it special? What makes it even more unique?
Actually, when we were looking for the theme. We found ourselves in a place where we couldn't keep thinking about the pandemic.
Yeah.
Because we're farther away from it.
Right.
So one of the students said, let's get away from the pandemic. And when we talked about it some more, so what will the theme be? Why don't we look to the future? And that's why the theme has become embracing the future.
Embracing the future.
So we leave the past behind. And that's why it's significant, because we are now saying that let's go forward.
Yeah.
Looking at God, who will give us that gift to focus on tomorrow.
Right.
And we embrace that.
Wow, that's a very good perspective, no, to put things in that manner. And at the same time, this is us moving forward. Well, not only as a university, but as a community, actually. So since you have mentioned this year's theme, Ma'am Sue, embracing the future as God's gift. So how does this align with our vision and mission? And at the same time, perhaps you can give us a glimpse of the behind the scenes in the conceptualizing and brainstorming of the theme this year.
Go ahead.
Well, I would say that in our many years of experience, the discussion on the theme probably this year was one of the fastest.
Yes.
Wow.
I would say.
Yeah.
It seems that each member or everybody in the Founders Day committee had
Contribute.
the contribution, but our minds were really in sync.
In sync. Okay.
That when all these phrases were written on the board, we easily got rid of some other things, and then we came up with that. In fact, as I've said, it's probably the fastest.
Wow.
Maybe because the mindset of the members, as Dean Sue said,
Yeah.
really was, now it's time to really take a look at the future.
Right.
And another significant thing is that last year, we were still trying to, because that was the first time that, yeah, as you said,
Correct.
revenge, Founders Day. But this time, we now have accepted the fact that celebrating and planning for the Founders Month is really what I'm trying to say is, this is now the thing,
Yeah.
that we will not have students. We have the Founders Day at the beginning of classes. In fact,
that's the difficulty.
classes will start August 15,
Yes.
and then a week after that, all the marquee celebrations
Right.
will happen. So then we realized that, yeah, we have to accept it.
Yeah.
And the significant thing is that, yeah, we need to take a look at the future now and embrace whatever challenges.
Yes.
Now, this is on top of the fact that before it was blended, hyperflex.
Yes.
We still have this semblance of the pandemic and post-pandemic. But this time, we are now
Full-blown.
full-blown, face-to-face. Everything will be face-to-face. And so this is it. And to think that we are now on a mid-year,
Yes.
and we will be having our commencement,
Right.
and then
And then
2 weeks after that, we will have
The celebration.
The celebration.
Full pack schedule.
Full pack schedule. And this is on top of the Board of Trustees meeting. And the new thing is, this will also be the new cycle for the application of autonomy.
Oh, right.
And the deadline is September 15.
Yeah.
So you can just imagine all these things. Yeah.
Yes,
It's
a
going
lot,
to be-
a lot of things on our plate, right?
Yes,
But
yes.
I think this just goes to show about taking a look at the future, how we show our optimism, how hopeful we are
Yes.
as a university and as a community. Since we have talked about the theme, let's try to unpack more particularly the basis, because I think the theme right now was derived from books of 2 Corinthians or Corinthians and Jeremiah. So Ma'am Sue, maybe you can share a little bit biblical context of our theme for this year.
when Pastor Pia gave the verses
Yes.
during the meeting, 1 Corinthians 13 is about love.
Yeah.
And I believe he said that it would be about love because love is the ultimate of God's gift. Diba? The greatest of these is love,
Love.
faith, hope, and love.
Love.
But the greatest of these is love. And the other one is from Jeremiah 29.
Yes.
And it shows that it says, okay, for you know the plans I have for you. Plans for you, the Lord says, to prosper you and not to harm you. And it is significant to the title because we are hopeful. We look at the future with hope with these two verses in mind as the foundation of the future.
Yeah, I think that's so wonderful, Ma'am.
Yeah, I think so
And it compels us to reflect now as we try to embrace the future, and for so long that it's founded on love. And I think there's no more better way to embrace the future, but embrace it with love, right?
Exactly. But also for Silliman to accept that and to stand for it. That's the basis, I think,
Yeah.
of our coming together
Right.
as Sillimanians.
Yes, that
for the
sense of
Founders
community.
Day.
Yeah, that's right. So I think one of the things that our viewers are so interested to learn are the lined up activities for this year. What are, of course, we have the opening, we have the lectures from different colleges, but is there anything unique, sir, or is there something new that we're bringing into the Founders Day celebration, or perhaps you can give us a summary or maybe a short timeline of it, sir?
Yeah. Well, we have it's a mix of, the traditional and the marquee events, but just a prelude, and I will pitch in for this first international choral festival, which Dean Su will
Yeah.
articulate later. But just before the opening salvo, which is the fun run,
Yes.
there will be an international choral festival that will now be included as part of the activities.
I think that's also something new. We're starting with a fun run.
Yes, because we always had the bike,
Yes.
so now it's a fun run.
Fun run.
And then we'll have the Hibard dedication, August 10. Of course, the start of the worship,
Yes.
the opening worship for the Founders Week. And then the student government is cooking up with a unique activity
Wow.
for even in the Hibalag and even in the way how they deal with the gift giving, the traditional spirit of Silliman's care to the community.
Okay.
And there's a lineup of activities of the student government. We're very excited, no, Ma'am Sue? And even the way how they will administer or showcase the Miss Silliman will also have a different
A different approach.
a different approach
Wow.
and a different take. So that's something. But of course, we still have the outstanding Sillimanian
Yes.
award. We
The
will now
usual.
we'll have the parade
Yeah.
and
Alumni homecoming.
alumni, which I think will not be anymore be called tipon, but there's another term.
Oh, new
Because
words. New.
yeah, new word, because I think tipon is associated with the overseas.
Ah, I
And the
see.
overseas
Alumni,
tipon.
yeah.
So they're coming up with a new term that they will have to watch out. Anyway, the calendar of activities are already uploaded in the
Yes.
Silliman website. And then of course, the reunioning,
Yeah.
the homecoming,
Homecoming of different alumni.
different reunioning classes.
Oh, my
That
fun.
would be exciting. Then of course, all the Balik talent lectures.
Yes.
Because this time it's face to face, really
Right.
full face to face. And then what else? Is there anything new? Aside from all the traditional, we still have the Heritage Builders Award and many other things. But I'm sure all the units, all the colleges and institutes are,
Cooking also.
cooking something
Yes.
that will make the Founders Day, the 122nd Founders Day activities.
Yeah, very exciting
yeah,
indeed.
very
So since Dr. Cleope has mentioned about the International Choral Festival, let's go to the specifics, Ma'am Sue. So when is this happening? Who are involved? Are we inviting guests from the national scene? And at the same time, perhaps we'd like to invite everyone to join as well.
Yeah, actually, the first International Choral Festival of Silliman University will be held from July 31 to August 5.
Okay.
We have the cultural committee is the one spearheading this
okay.
project, and together with the NCCA.
Okay.
And now there are 9 groups, 4 of which are international groups.
Can we already name the groups, Ma'am Sue?
Yeah, I have them here. Wait a
Sige,
minute.
take your time.
We have Ayi Yanga Music from Taiwan.
Wow, Taiwan.
And they're all from Taiwan, actually,
okay.
the international choirs. There's a GIE school, Taiwan. And Padan Traditional Ballad Team and Sonar Chamber Choir. Those are the 4 international
So all of them will be
choirs.
performing at the Luz, or you have other venues? to
No,
accommodate?
yes. I mean, no, yes.
Yes.
They will be performing at the Luz.
All right.
But they will also be going to different towns.
So this will be a tour, sort of.
They will not to tour, but to present their music to the provinces.
Okay.
So,
So it will not be only for Negros Oriental,
Negros Oriental only.
different municipalities.
Yes,
Okay.
different towns in Negros Oriental. And there will be 2 children's choir entries. from Bohol, one, and one from Taiwan as well. And the people coming to mentor are Ryan Cayabyab,
Wow, national artist.
national artist Ryan Cayabyab, Professor Dr. Joel Navarro,
Okay.
who is a well-known choral person. And then we have Mark Carpio, who is the director of the Philippine Madrigal Singers.
Yes.
And there is Mr. Wright, who is the director of the King Singers, the very famous King Singers of the past.
So are the details of this, Ma'am Sue, posted already online, or you're
yes,
still going?
I think they have already posted.
All right. So please check out on our university page and of course our website for more information for the specifics, especially the time. You know, it's a one in a lifetime opportunity to witness this kinds of
Yes.
performances, especially that this is the first international choral festival. Now, aside from all of the preparations and of course this takes a lot of energy, right? What is your on a personal level, what is your favorite part of the Founders Day celebration? Some would be the Pamahaw Sillimaniana.
Which
or-
we will have.
Yes. Some would be the parade. Some is the homecoming. So on a personal level, let's start with Dr. Cleope.
Since I'm a member of high school class
Ayun.
83, and we will be celebrating our 40th homecoming reunion. So I would say that would be the best, the best event calendar for this year. Yeah, Ma'am Sue?
Ma'am Sue?
What do I enjoy? Do I enjoy Founders Day? We're always so busy and doing everything
Since you live
for
in the
everybody.
university.
Yes,
Yes,
I live
yes.
on campus. I kind of find, I think the performances.
The
are good.
performance.
Yes, yes.
Because I'm there all the time, actually.
Yeah.
And,
Silliman performs. After that 40th, for me, it's the Silliman performs.
Really?
Yeah, that I always look. I have
Yeah.
never been absent
Huh?
since I was,
Ako po.
since it started.
Wow. So I think those are also the things, no, that you should look forward to the
Made it a
Silliman
point to-
performs.
yes.
No? So it's for Ma'am Sue, it's the performances. Well, friends, we're just going to pause for a short break. But when we come back, we'll be asking Dr. Cleope and Dr. Suarez about how does Silliman University embrace the future? Because that's the theme. And I think we would like to learn about how we intend to embrace the future, and is it with love or, of course, given the uncertainties of the world, right? So please stay with us. #Silliman. We'll be back. Welcome back, and you're still watching #Silliman. Daghang salamat for staying with us. We're still joined by our co-chairpersons of the Founders Day celebration. And before we took a short break, we actually asked them, how do you embrace the future as God's gift? And perhaps you can also answer that, as a university, how do we do that? Maybe we can hear first from Dr. Cleope.
Yeah, from the institutional perspective, this is the year that the Board of Trustees has finally fine-tuned, I wouldn't say revised, fine-tuned the vision, mission, and goals. And so that in itself capsulizes the whole idea of looking into the future. And that's the reason why even the whole Silliman community has not been, in terms of information, it's still trickling down.
Yeah.
But we do have, and there will be an appropriate segment for that here, of course, in the show for articulation. So we have a new, finely fine-tuned vision, mission
Wow.
statements, and then even the values
Core
have now
values.
been articulated, the core values. So that is one. And then, of course, embracing the future for Silliman means having to take a look at the world horizon. And so, just right now, in terms of programs,
Yes.
there will be a lot of programs that will now cater to technology enhanced.
Yeah. In
You
fact,
know.
sir, we just have
Yes.
posted a master's degree that will be offered fully
Online.
Yeah.
And then we now have the Lao Global Study Center.
Right.
There are a lot of things that are coming into the equation, especially with the coming in of things like artificial intelligence,
Yes.
coding,
Yeah.
blockchain, big data,
Right. Data
and
science.
even Bitcoin and the money system.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things. Now, in terms of embracing the future, we see that there are a lot of what we call as we call that proofing, or is there
Future proofing.
teacher proofing,
Okay. Yeah.
if that is the right word.
Yeah.
Is that the right word?
Future proofing.
Future proofing, or even teacher
Teacher
proofing.
proofing. Professional proofing.
Yeah, so that is really something. And then we take a look at all the programs now.
Right.
You have more than 163 up to 190 programs. Now these are really programs that will now cater to the idea of producing graduates who really are relevant
Yes.
to the world of work and to the, not just to answer to globalization, but really to produce people who are really Sillimanians with the competence, character,
Yes.
and faith.
And
So that embodies,
yeah, that's a very big item, a news item for us, sir, that we are rebranding, or we have reshaped our vision, mission, and goals. And
that's the thing.
yeah,
Yes.
wow, that's a big item for us. And I think that goes to show how we really embrace the future, right?
Right. So that's from the institutional, and I'm sure Doc Sue
Yeah, I think Ma'am Sue has a
give
lot
the
of thoughts to
details.
pour on this.
Yes, yes.
I think that embracing the future, in embracing the future, we have to know who we really are, have been in the past. And it is a statement that we have hope that we will continue to become the Via Veritas Vita that we said we would be when our forefathers came and founded Silliman. So embracing that adjective really means we are open to the future with all the programs, institutional programs that will be put up. And we are ready because we know that these are gifts of God.
Yes, and I think that that takes a lot of deep reflections, Ma'am Sue, when you say that entails also a glimpse of the past, bringing the good things and how we utilize them as we move forward to the future, right? And I think friends, we are so glad and happy that until now we are celebrating, no, the Founders Day of Silliman University. In fact, 122 times. Okay, so let us go to this sense of community that we have been building over the years. And I believe that others would say na murag pista sa Dumaguete if it's Silliman University Founders Day. What are your 2 cents on this, Ma'am Sue and Sir Cleope? Why do you think that even our alumni from abroad would really take the time and resources to come home and be with one another? I mean, what are your observations of this kind of, sense of unity or sense of community, if I may say it?
Yeah, it's really a very strong manifestation of what we call as the Silliman spirit.
Yun, Silliman spirit.
No way to define it, but it's a motivation, it's an act, it's an abstraction of becoming part of the Silliman community when it celebrates the Founders Week or the Founders Month or the Founders Day. In a way, it is an innate, if the right word is, it's an urge to really do something, the best you can, to return to Silliman, because you know that a lot of things, very significant and relevant to you in the past and even for the future, will happen and can happen.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's my 2 cents. That really is something that our mentors and the whole Silliman environment was able to inculcate. Because if you take a look at the history of Silliman, Silliman came first before even the city.
Yeah.
And the city grew with Silliman. And as the city developed, so does Silliman. And all the other things revolve around Silliman. And as a 122nd, you multiply that, it's not even multiplication, but a square root or a square or exponential. If that's the right word.
Right.
It's an exponential growth.
Yeah.
Over and over.
Over and
If there's
over.
a better word than exponential, that's what's happening.
So there's really a deep interconnectedness, no?
Yes.
And Silliman seems to be the common point to all.
Yes.
And then that's how integral the role we play in
Yes.
our community.
And in a way, it's a very positive vibe
Yes.
that we should continue. And that's the reason why we in the committee will have to make sure that this vibe, this spirit will not be unbroken. That it will continue
the
to be
fire
nourished.
will continue burning.
Yes, yes.
Right. Dr. Cleope and Dr. Suarez, both of you are Sillimanians, and I think you also have your own share of celebrating it when you were students. So can you take us to that days that you used to celebrate also during your time? We don't have to disclose the dates.
You'll know. It's
But
fine.
what do you think? What do you think is this one thing that is still the same as we are doing right now? Of course, the activities, the parade, but what is this particular experience that you think is still the same? I mean, nothing is, it hasn't changed. Or is there any particular experience in the past that maybe you also intend to bring back again? Or something like that? Or a fun memory of the celebrations that you have experienced in the past? Dr. Sue?
Founders Day really is a coming together, celebrating a connection that nobody can take away from anybody who has that connection. In fact, I just came from the States, and I was with several outstanding Sillimanian awardees. And the love that they had for welcoming my family there was very apparent, that we come from a root that nobody can take away. Everybody who comes home or goes out will feel that the embrace. And that's what is very unique about our Silliman Founders Day.
And it hasn't changed
That-
through the years,
No,
right?
it's there. It's there.
It's
and
there.
you don't know what it is. You don't. It's just there.
You can put it into words.
Yeah.
Would like to add more?
Yeah, it's really the point of, as a cultural thing, as a cultural phenomenon,
I like that. Yeah.
it's a point of being able to reminisce, if that's the right word, because
Remember.
surely Founders Day is full of reminiscing. And if there's reminiscence, there the laughter,
Yeah.
the banters, and all the good memories.
And all the binuang.
And that has not changed.
Right. And
If you go to any reunion, you will really feel out of place if you are
Not
not
at Silliman,
on
yeah.
that time
Yeah.
with that batch.
With that group.
Because they have their
Yeah.
own unique stories to tell.
Right. And through the years, you know the stories, the memories,
Yes.
the experiences, the
Yes.
narratives just adds up and
Yes,
adds
yes,
up and
yes.
adds up, right? And that also expands our community. Very
Yes.
wonderful.
And the point that I will add is that you notice that in all these, batches, you can see them as the best of friends for life.
Yes.
The friends for life are in this,
Yeah. The groups.
sprinkling of groups
Yeah.
that you will be able to see.
All right. All right.
Very, very, very lovely and very inspiring
Yeah.
to take a look at stories of friendships in this kind of situation.
Dr. Sue, of course, we have also incoming freshmen, and perhaps we will be having transferees who will be experiencing the Founders Day
Yes.
first time.
Yeah.
So, what is your advice to them? Any tips how they can maximize the experience? Because some would, maybe try to, feel shy at first because it's the first time in university. But
Yeah.
what are your...
Before Dr. Sue will answer,
Yes, go ahead, sir.
the student government has
Yes, sir.
prepared a very good program
Wow.
for incoming
Incoming
students, new students,
students to
transfers,
Silliman.
right, Ma'am Sue?
Yes.
And yeah, so that Ma'am Sue can give advice.
But
Yes,
that
alone
gives
is-
so much excitement to us,
Yes,
sir.
yes, yes.
They should just dive into the activities.
Immerse themselves.
Yeah,
right?
just go and see what's going on and maybe take part in some. That's just what it is.
Yes.
Okay.
The moment they set foot on August 15, the start of classes,
That's already the
there's
celebration.
That's it now.
there's already
It's going to be very
something.
festive.
Something's happening.
Something's going to happen to all of them. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. How I wish we are able to share the information, but it's for you to find out, guys. So go ahead and explore. Now, we are running out of time, but some of the last questions I'll be asking, sir, are the protocols, or if not, perhaps some reminders to all who are joining and participating this year's Founders Day celebration. I believe for the past year, we have kind of strict and tight protocols when it comes to COVID-19,
Yes.
but I'm sure this year it's kind of loose already. But in terms of security protocols, what reminders, sir, would you like to share to our televiewers?
It was kind of funny when we had our last meeting, because that was the time that the new student government leaders were there.
Right.
And they really posed a very serious question. Sir, what's going to happen in all our activities? Will there be protocols or
Yeah,
say
that's a question
then I
worth
said,
asking.
well, it seems that we are out of the pandemic, even if it's still here.
I think the WHO also
Already,
has a declaration.
yeah. So
We just follow.
we just said, and this is the protocol, face mask will still be strictly enforced in all their activities and
Right.
all those things. But in terms of the question that they ask is, will we allow outsiders,
That's another question.
especially in their Hibala booth?
booth. Right.
Yes, and it's a very unique thing because how can they build their booth when there are no students?
Yeah.
And it's the start of classes and then it's already Founders Day. So it will be a unique Hibalag booth, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
but
they
we
will
were
come up
also-
with something. Yeah, but yes.
We were talking about season tickets. Like the the people who aren't Sillimanians would have to get a ticket,
A ticket.
to come at a certain time.
Okay.
Yes,
what we talked about. I
there
don't
will
know
be,
if
there will still be what we call as safety protocols, but at least we are now clear that it's going to be full face-to-face with, of course, adherence to the usual
All right.
safety and health protocols.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think, is there anything else that you feel that you want to share, Dr. Cleope, Dr. Suarez?
Those alumni, or if there are activities that, especially for Sillimanians, kindly just send it to either the alumni director or to Abe Cadelinia, or
Ah,
even
okay.
to our offices, so
Yes.
that we can calendar it.
All right.
All major activities will now have to pass by the committee, so that there will be no conflict,
Right.
especially for marquee events.
Yes.
And we'll make sure. At this time, it's better because the Founders Day falls, I think, not on a Sunday. It will be more complicated if
It falls
August
on a
28th falls on a Sunday
Sunday.
because of
But
the
not na.
many activities. But
Alright.
now it's, I think, a Monday. So yeah, but it's all now. It's all in the calendar of activities.
All right, sir. Just a short addition before we let you go. I believe that you actually held a competition for the logo for this year's Founders Day celebration. So, can you share to us, sir, the details of this and how many years have you been doing this competition, and why are we having this competition?
It's now on its third year that we give opportunities to everybody to be able to contribute to the design,
I see.
the logo for the T-shirt, and the design of the Founders Day.
Right.
That will be based on the agreed theme. And so, yes, we give prizes, and first prize, or the one that will be selected, that will now be the one that will be
Official.
used in all our peripherals. 10,000?
10,000.
10,000, and then
Sana all.
and then of course consolation prizes for the
The ones who
the
join.
ones that will be chosen by the judges.
All right. So,
So,
hopefully,
yes.
congratulations to all winners, and I hope the others who didn't make it this year will look forward for the next year's competition. Of course, hopefully, we look forward to the next year's round. All right. On that note, daghang kayong salamat, Dr.
Salamat.
Elizabeth Susan Vista-Suarez, and of course, Dr. Earl Jude Paul Cleope. And we look forward, guys, that you will be coming to all the celebrations, activities. Bring with you your barcadas in your klase, and at the same time, enjoy responsibly. Let's still observe the safety protocols, and we pray that the weather will be favorable for all of the activities. All right, daghang salamat for joining us tonight. See you next week, and to God be the glory. Hey there, Sillimanians! Daghang salamat for joining another episode of #Silliman. Please support our online platforms. On Facebook, it's called #Silliman. Don't forget to like, react, comment, and share on your favorite episodes. We also have a growing community on YouTube. It's still called #Silliman. Don't forget to click the notification bell for you to be updated with our recent posts. And of course, we regularly air every Monday night. That's 8 p.m. Channel 6 Phil Products, and replays will be aired every Tuesday before the Ninja News and Saturdays after the Ninja News. On behalf of Ronelyn Faith Vailoces-No, this has been Joshua Soldivillo. Kita-kits next week, only here on #Silliman.
Silliman.
Happy Founders Day, everyone!